The world holds its breath. A solemn bell tolls in the distance. The Vatican walls, silent witnesses to centuries of divine history, stand still under a setting sun. A pope, the spiritual leader of 1.3 billion Catholics, is gone. But what happens next may surprise you. This is not just a death. It's the unfolding of a sacred drama, a centuries-old ritual of mourning, mystery, and rebirth, hidden behind the closed doors of the Holy See. You are about to witness the untold story of what truly happens when a pope dies. Inside the Vatican's apostolic palace, behind centuries-old marble walls, a sacred ritual unfolds in silence. In the center lies the body of the Holy Father, still serene and draped in white. Then, a Cardinal the Camerlengo steps forward. In his hand, he holds a small silver hammer. Not for violence, but for reverence. He leans in, taps the Pope's forehead 3 times, gently, carefully.
Sanct Pater, dormis me. Holy Father, you sleeping?
No reply. He speaks again. Silence. A third and final time still, nothing. At that moment, the death is officially confirmed, not by machines, not by charts, but by the weight of ancient tradition. This act is more than protocol. It is a bridge between the mortal and the divine. The Church does not rush death. It confirms it with ritual, with reverence, with centuries of sacred history behind it. Once the Pope's death is confirmed, the Church turns to a powerful symbol of his authority. The ring of the fisherman, an ancient seal engraved with the image of St. Peter casting his net. For centuries, every document, decree, and blessing has been stamped with this ring. It is the Pope's signature, his voice to the world. But now, that voice must fall silent. In a solemn ceremony, the Camerlengo presents the ring one final time, placing it upon a cushion of red velvet. A ceremonial silver hammer is lifted high and brought down. Once, twice, 3 times. The ring cracks, shatters. The sound echoes through the marble halls like a final breath. No one can act in the Pope's name again. The destruction of the ring marks the end of his papal reign and the beginning of the vacancy of the Apostolic See. The fisherman's ring will never be worn again. It dies with its Pope. As the fisherman's ring lies shattered, a great silence falls upon the Vatican. This is not just a moment of grief, it is an era of sacred mourning known as Novemdials. For 9 days, the bells toll low and long. Vatican flags are lowered to half-mast. Black drapes cloak the windows and balconies of the Apostolic Palace. Every day, a Requiem Mass is held in St. Peter's Basilica, echoing with choral laments that rise like incense to the heavens. Outside, pilgrims gather by the thousands. Their candles flicker through the night-soft flames, dancing beneath the shadows of saints. In this time, no decisions are made. No papal commands are given. The world's largest spiritual seat stands still waiting. But even in mourning, the Church moves with purpose. These 9 days are more than a pause, they are preparation. A sacred countdown to the choosing of the next shepherd. The Pope is gone, but the Church prepares to rise again. As the 9 days of mourning unfold, the world turns its eyes toward the Vatican. Inside the grand heart of St. Peter's Basilica, the Pope lies in state. Clothed in white, his fisherman's cross resting on his chest, his hands folded in silent prayer. He is surrounded by Swiss guards in full regalia, motionless sentinels in a sanctuary of sorrow. From all corners of the earth, they come heads of state, cardinals, the faithful, the poor, the curious, the grieving. Line after line, mile after mile. For some, the wait is days. But they come to whisper goodbye. To offer flowers, prayers, tears. In the square outside, it is not just a gathering, it is a global heartbeat. St. Peter's Square becomes a living sea of mourning. A living church without its shepherd, yet full of faith. From all corners of the earth, they come heads of state, cardinals, the faithful, the poor, the curious, the grieving. Line after line, mile after mile. For some, the wait is days. But they come. The air is thick with incense, the sound of choirs rising with the breeze. Old hands clutch rosaries. Young voices sing hymns, and for a moment, time itself seems to pause. It is one last embrace between a pope and his people. From all corners of the earth, they come heads of state, cardinals, the faithful, the poor, the curious, the grieving. Line after line, mile after mile. For some, the wait is days. But they come, the morning fades, and now destiny must be decided. Cardinals from every corner of the globe arrive in solemn procession. From the hills of Latin America to the cathedrals of Europe, from African missions to Asian sanctuaries, they come as shepherds, scholars, servants of the faith. But now, they must become electors of a future no man can predict. In silence, 120 cardinals, clothed in red, enter the Sistine Chapel. No phones, no media, no contact with the outside world, only prayer and purpose. Above them, Michelangelo's frescoes watch from the ceiling, the creation of Adam stretching toward the divine. History surrounds them. Eternity leans in. Then, the great doors are shut. Extra omnes, everyone out, the conclave has begun. Secrecy is law. The Holy Spirit is the only guest invited in. For days, sometimes weeks, they pray, debate, vote, and vote again. With each vote, a paper ballot is burned, rising through a chimney visible to the world. The color of that smoke will say everything. Outside the Sistine Chapel, the world holds its breath. Eyes from every corner of the earth are fixed on a single chimney. Simple, black and silent, then suddenly smoke. But it's not white, it's black. Thick, dark smoke curls into the Roman sky. And the answer is clear. No pope has been chosen. Disappointment ripples through the crowd. The prayers continue. The candles still burn. Pilgrims clutch rosaries tighter. Some cry, some sing. Inside the chapel, another vote will come. And another, and another. No one knows when the smoke will change. But everyone knows what it means when it does. The black smoke is a message wrapped in mystery. A sacred whisper. Not yet. Then, it happens. The chimney stirs once more. All eyes turn. Every camera rolls. Every heart waits. And this time, it's white. White smoke rises like a trumpet blast into the sky. Triumphant, pure, final. The bells of St. Peter's ring out across Rome. Cheers erupt from the square below. Flags wave, tears fall, hymns soar. 1 billion souls feel the moment together. Inside, a man kneels just a cardinal minutes ago, now something more. He dresses in white for the first time. The ring of the fisherman awaits him. A name is chosen. A legacy begins. The bells of St. Peter's ring out across Rome. Cheers erupt from the square below. Flags wave, tears fall, hymns soar. 1 billion souls feel the moment together. Then, the great balcony doors open, and the world falls silent. The voice of the senior cardinal echoes across the square. Habemus Papam. We have a pope. And there he stands on the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica. In white robes, a hand raised in blessing. A new chapter begins for the church, and for the world. From silence to song, from mourning to joy, from death to rebirth. This is more than ritual. It is the heartbeat of a church that never sleeps. One pope is laid to rest. His ring is broken, his voice, now memory. And yet, the mission lives on. A new man steps forward, not for power, but for service. Not as a ruler, but as a shepherd. In this sacred rhythm, the church breathes, guided not by a single man, but by a timeless faith. The world changes, but the call remains. From the stillness of a soul departing, to the thunder of the crowd below. Habemus Papam, the ritual continues, and with it, The church is born again.